Welcome back to the PWC channel for the coach reveals of Season 11. We've had a pretty successful application period. This time we've received a little bit over 80 applications, which we are pretty happy with, even though this is a little bit less than we had in Season 10. But yeah, we also had a shorter application period and didn't really advertise that much, so that makes sense. But yeah, 80 applications are still more than enough for us to choose from. We have considered all your applications carefully, and we have come up with the following lineup for this season, which we are going to reveal right now. So this season, once again, like we had last season, we are going to have 4 tiered showdown divisions with a top division and a second, third, and fourth. And and then we have 1 Wi-Fi division, just like we had last season. The one difference is that this season, the Wi-Fi division is going to be a little bit smaller. It's only going to be 14 people, as we have not received as many Wi-Fi applications as we would have liked. It's always hard to come by Wi-Fi combatants. So yeah, but let me tell you, the people that we do have in Wi-Fi Division, it's going to be very stacked this season. I'm excited for Shadow to reveal it to you later. And yeah, for the Showdown Division, not much is changing for this one. We are going to have 4 divisions of 16 coaches each. So that's going to be all the same. So yeah, let me just go through the divisions we have this season really quickly. The top division for Showdown this season is going to be called Indigo Division, and it's going to be named after the Indigo Plateau, which you guys all know probably from the games, from the old games. It's the pinnacle of what you can reach in, I think, Johto or Kanto, not sure, one of those regions. And yeah, so that's why we have our top division named after that. And then the second division, I should probably point out that the divisions are themed after like landmarks from various games in the Pokemon universe this season. Huge shout out to Mr. Grimes at this point, because he was very helpful with coming up with landmarks that would be good for naming divisions. So yeah, a lot of these divisions are named thanks to Mr. Grimes. Shout out to Grimes. So yeah, the second division is gonna be called Lanakila Division, named after Mount Lanakila from the Gen 7 games. I forgot what the region is called there, but it's Hawaiian based. So yeah, Mount Lanakila Division for Division 2. Then we got the third division, which is going to be called a Rage Division, and it's going to be named after the Lake of Rage, the famous lake in Johto, I believe, where you can find the shiny Gyarados. I think that's a very cool name. It's one of my favorites, actually. Rage Division, Division 3. Then we got the bottom division, 4th division for our newcomers. And actually, it's not really newcomers this time. It's pretty much a league of PWC legends you're going to see later. It's really exciting. I'm excited for that one. It's going to be called the Origin Division, named after the Origin Cage, which I believe is in the Hoenn region, where you can find Groudon, which is really exciting. All right, and the Wi-Fi Division this season is going to be named after, I don't even know, like this is always named by Shadow, and he's always doing some sort of hipster stuff that no one knows about. It's gonna be called Lagoon Division, and I believe it's named after Lagoon Colosseum, which is a GameCube game, Pokemon Colosseum, or is it Colosseum? I'm not even sure. Or is it Battle Revolution? I don't know. As you can tell, I have zero idea. But it's going to be named Lagoon Division, and it's going to have a lot of exciting coaches in it, let me tell you. All right. Yeah, that's it for the divisions. And not to waste any further time, I'm going to throw straight to Shadow Galate to do our top division reveals this season. Hi, Shadow. Take it away.
You thought it would be Trinell or Brett doing the Division 1 reveals, but no, it was I, Dio! Or Shadow Glade. Hello, my name is Shadow Glade, and welcome to the Indigo Division, the best of the best for the PWC Season 11. I won't waste your time, even though I already did. Let's get into this. First of all, we have the actual Goat Camel, aka the guy who owns the Wicklet bot. The only problem is, he's kind of facing the fraud allegations. Now, he did win last off-season in Season 9, and he made multiple semifinals, But he hasn't won yet, so in my eyes, you a fraud. Next up, we have Leonard, a recent addition, only joining us in Season 8, but he won Division 2, and he won in Season 10 due to Roaring Moon. See, Camel? This is how you win. Next up, the Starving Pig, who started in Division 3, but he quickly moved back to back, doing really good and getting here now. So, if he's in the top division, is he really starving anymore? Should we call him Stuffed Pig or Not Hungry Pig? I'm asking the real questions here. But anyway, next up, Karakasa, who has made multiple semifinals in Division 1, even though it was like 5 seasons ago, but hey, we don't talk about that, and won Division 2 and Season 10. Most importantly, though, he really likes Substitute, so if you're ever fighting him, just punch him really hard and you can beat him. Next up, the Professor, the only coach to play every season 1 through 9, even though he started Season 10, but that's fine. He is back. More brain damage than ever, still Bavarian, and has never won this league. You hate to see it. Next up, Zeroga, yet another coach who has made a run from Div 3 all the way here, and he almost made playoffs last season with his Turtle squad, but we don't do turtles here. No gods, no kings, no turtles, only Pokemen. Next up, Cadillacs played in the top division seasons 8 and 9, and though he didn't make playoffs, he didn't do half bad. Plus, he's a pretty consistent top player from similar leagues like Grimes DPL or Ashton's UR No shameless plug right there. Next up, Ziad, another staple of the top divisions, being around since Season 6. Multiple time semi-finalist, but he doesn't have chip yet. I'm noticing a theme here. Coach Moonlight, I didn't say next up, who won Division 2 in Season 5, and made semis in Division 1 Season 6. But after that, he kinda just disappeared. But in Season 10, he returned to dominate regular season in Division 2, only taking 1 loss. But can he carry this momentum here? Next up is someone vile, the most disgusting thing to ever grace this server, the Papa Smurf. He applied for Division 4 last season, and, we took his word for it. Not only did he not lose a single game, his average win was +4 differential. So, yeah, he's fighting people his own size. Nice try, Papa Smurf. But, Gargamel's coming for you. Welcome to Div 1. Next up, the Kung Fu Panda. We're having the Jack Black in here. Actually insane. And he is a newcomer to the league. But his replays... that Appleton gameplay, though. He had to cut the line because, hey, I gotta give some respect for my boy Jack Black. Next up... Enough with the new guys. Let's get Gerd Bilbo in here. He debuted in Season 4, made finals in Division 2, but after Season 5, he kind of just died for a while. But in Season 9, he won Division 2, and now he is back in Division 1. So let's see if he can cook. Next up, I'm not pronouncing that. Just edit in the thing. Edit in his name here. Text-to-speech, I don't know. But regardless, another newcomer from Division 2 last season, and though he did not have the best results, his playstyle and dominance of the early season, we kind of like that. We thought, let him cook. He can hang with the big boys for now. Next up, Shoot Drip. A similar situation to Papa Smurf, only he replaced someone mid-season in Division 4, but he quickly proved why he was the king, only losing to Papa Smurf and got nicknamed Wolf Glick by a frustrated Grimes. Whether or not that means he's good, or that Grimes just sucks, we'll never know. Well, actually, we will know, right now. Next up, Broccoli! His name is all caps, I had to yell that. Another newcomer with some mighty impressive replays, I must say. Very common theme here. It's nice to see that newcomers can justify the placements into Tier 1, and sometimes they just fall flat on their faces. which is very entertaining, I must say. So let's see if it can provide us with a show, whether by being good or not. And finally, Venom, the camel of drafting, as Starving would say, and he drafts some of the scariest things known to man. In fact, I am currently hiding under a desk because I thought of his team. After multiple Division 2 runs where he made playoffs both times, we think he's cooked enough. He can cook up here now. Next up, we have... wait, what's Div 2? Wait, hold on, give me a second. Hey, Caramel, what's Div 2?
Thank you, Shadow Glade, for the wonderful introduction and baseless fraud accusations. I will make sure to not get hacks in semis this season to live up to your expectations. Up next, we have the Lanakila Division. Not far, or rather a canonically unspecified distance from our Indigo Division at Kanto, these coaches are strong players in their own right, and I expect the competition will be fierce this season. First up, we have Layton, founder and leader of our Gym Challenge, and winner of Season 6 Division 3. He's probably only the first reveal because of admin privilege, but he is a master of both chokes and upsets, having defeated me in the DPL after some of the worst play of my life. Speaking of coin flips, next up we have Spooks, whose admin privilege only got him a second place reveal. He is a Season 7 Division 2 runner-up, so he's back in his element to maybe get a win. We'll see how he does with that Terra or Ikorio to carry him. Next up, as our possibly scariest contender, we have Ronin Sting. This goober has been trying to get into the bottom division for a few seasons now, and while we don't want him to take Polita Shark's prized Papa Smurf trophy, he did kind of throw last season, so he gets to have his fun in Division 2 now. Not only is he the champion of our Gym Challenge, after critting through my boosted Great Tusk, but he was the Season 9 runner-up and was unbeaten in regular season the last time he was in Div 2. We'll see if he smurfs again or if he's actually washed now. For the next player, we have Yasha Indigo. A PWC mainstay since Season 7, they had an unfortunate run in Division 1 last season, so they're back down to Division 2. We'll see if they can finally get their first win. Coach number 5 is the Scary Smoliv. Our Season 8 Division 2 runner-up, they're a strong contender for the win if they can overcome their inconsistency. Will they upgrade their runner-up status? Stay tuned for the next episode. Next up, we have Bonnie 2005. After getting runner-up in Season 9 Division 3, and second seed after climbing to Division 2 in Season 10, we feel this player has a strong future in store. Maybe if they become champion of Lanakila Division, they'll finally become champion of our Gym Challenge. Our next contestant is Mimiko. After a solid Division 2 showing in their debut season, they barely made playoffs but definitely deserve another shot at a win. They're also a pretty cool guy, so I'm rooting for them. For the next player, we have Fucko Loco. They may have lost their first 4 games last season, but they made a comeback, winning 4 in a row and making playoffs. Thankfully this guy was not in Division 1, otherwise they may have gotten our video demonetized. Not that Trainwell was monetizing this video in the first place, but I am. Our next pick, Riptide, is sponsored by Squarespace. Much like Riptide made playoffs with a balanced 4-4 record last season, Squarespace allows you to easily make a website without all of the hassle, achieving work-life balance. Riptide's team featured many cool mods, including Petrarunt. Similarly, Squarespace provides many cool features. From a website and online store builder, to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Get 0% off with code PWC, that's P as in pterodactyl, W as in wrinkle, and C as in czar, and you could make semifinals in the off-season just like Riptide. Oh, that's the end of the ad read? That's a bummer, much like our next coach. Bummer made their debut in Division 4 last season, but got a win in Division 2 as a replacement coach, and was even the runner-up of our off-season. Definitely one to look out for. Next up is For the Legion, a newcomer to the league. Despite the replays having some red flags, such as containing a Mega Mence, his play was strong enough that we feel they deserve a spot in Division 2. We'll see how they perform. Coach number 12, almost done, we have Bloody 359. The replays were a bit dubious in my opinion, but our good friend Shadow Glade vouched for them, so they must be pretty cool. For our next coach, we have Asylum GS83. This guy applied for bottom division, but we're wary of having another Polito Shark situation, and the replays were strong enough to convince the other admins to vouch for a second div spot. Can they compare to our Div 2 mainstays and other newcomers? Let's find out. Speaking of newcomers, we have Kimius64. While they've only been playing draft for 8 months, the replays were a solid showing, and I respect the QD Rabombi. Interestingly, one of their recent performances was in a Gen 7 league, and that being an old gen should not make me feel this old. On the other hand, our next newcomer, Catherine, has years of experience. The opponents in the replays they submitted were not very good, so I couldn't get a great feel for how strong of a player they are, but they didn't really make any play-related mistakes, so we could have a bit of a dark horse here. Last but not least, we have ES, aka Saint 70. This man has a lot of hot takes, but he made it to semifinals in Division 3, so we feel he deserves a shot at Div 2 this season. He also collected all of the gym badges before successfully counter-teaming me on his second try at the Elite 4. Too bad he won't be able to draft Megaladios. And that is our lineup for the Lanakila division. I'll now throw it over to none other than Leighton to reveal the coaches for the hopefully not aptly named Rage division.
Yes, hello, thank you Camel, and welcome to the Rage division. Here you will see who made it into the third division of a PWC. Season 11, Hyper. Let's just start. First seed goes to Jactus. Season 5, Division 3 champion. Been a mainstay since then. Always makes playoffs. However, he has been waiting for another deep run for a while now. Seed 2, SMO, aka Scary Monsters Over Heaven. Season 9 dominant Div 3 champion. However, had a pretty poor showing in Division 2 last season, so he will move back down. Which SMO will we see this season? Seed 3, Nightwing J. Division 4 newcomer, who was one of the dominant forces early there before crumbling in the second half of the season. Despite that, he still made playoffs, and we believe he deserves to be moved up. Fourth seed, Sasai. Another newcomer from our overpowered Division 4 last season, who seemed to be out of place there. So he can move up one division, and let's see how he does. Fifth seed, Ty the Guy 004. Hailing from the ETA, he seems unlikely to make playoffs considering the ETA tags, but I'm sure he will do his best. Sixth seed goes to It's V Hex, currently playing and doing pretty well in DPL Division 2, so why not give him a shot here and see what he's got. Seventh seed goes to Tox, another newcomer from Grimes DPL, where he's currently dominating the lower division. So let's see how this translates over to PWC. Might be a strong contender in this one. Alright, the 8th seed goes to a newcomer this league hasn't seen before. We welcome you, Downpour Rivulet. Rivulet? Downpour Rivulet? Not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Welcome to the PWC and show us what you're capable of. The 9th seed, number 9 seed, goes to Supreme Chat. I know him personally from another division, from another league I mean. And my first impression of him completely 6-0ing me with his Mega Galate because I was absolutely not prepared. I was stupid, that was my fault. Welcome, Supreme Chat. Now we have 4. We have 4 newcomers from the seeds 10 to 13. 10th seed, welcome Mikey Mike. Show us what you got. Welcome to the PWC. On the 11th seed, RJ. Another newcomer. We don't know what he's capable of, but 3rd division seems fair. 12th seed goes to Savage Raccoon 8. Yet another newcomer. I don't know him personally, but I'm excited to see how he's going to do it. Welcome you too, RJ and Savage Raccoon. On our 13th seed, another newcomer. Damn, so many newcomers here. That's new. Literally. Haha. Welcome, Biology Nerd. Welcome to the PWC. Welcome. Show us your skills from the best side. Can't wait to see how you do. On the 13th spot, okay, I have to excuse me. I will not be talking English for this one. Was ist das denn? Bruder, Pain in der 14? In der Rage Division? Wie ist das möglich, Bruder? Du bist nicht in der letzten Division dieses Mal. Du hast es eine Division hochgeschafft, aus so unerklärlichen Gründen, Bruder. Let's go, Junge. Stark. Willkommen, nochmal. Seit der 5. schon dabei. Seit der 5. Season. Diesmal ziehst du durch. Alright. On to the 15th seed. Another newcomer. His name weird to pronounce, Bielly James. I'll just call you Bielly James. Welcome, Bielly James. Show us what you got. In our 3rd division, seems fair to me. Welcome to the PWC. Alright, and for our last 3rd division, Rage Division seat, number 16, yet another newcomer, Jace Husky. Congratulations on claiming the last seat, and with this concluding our Rage Division. 16 players in our 3rd division, some stronger than others in my opinion, but we will see how everything turns out. It will be chaotic, absolutely hyper to watch. Yeah, that was the Rage Division, and now I'm just throwing the ball to Spooks. He will be guiding you through the 4th division. Enjoy!
Hello, it is Spooks. Yes, I'm gonna be your Spooks today, even though I'm normally called Janelle, but today I'm gonna be Spooks, as Spooks is currently lost in Belgarium, so he's not gonna be able to do the reveals today, but I'm gonna be doing it instead for the Origin Division, our 4th division this season. And yeah, it's gonna be a lineup straight out of the PWC history books, so buckle up and get ready for those reels. The first coach we have is gonna be our protagonist for the season, Mr. Grimes, an absolute legend of the server who also contributed hugely to the naming theme of our divisions this season. And yeah, he made playoffs last season in a dramatic comeback in Division 4 where he didn't have much success in the early season, but he came back later. Can he do it again this season? Let's find out. Our second coach is gonna be HTC Attila. HTC Attila has been a staple in the PWC since Season 7. He hails from Hungary and he might not win every game, but he can make a pizza in 45 seconds, so you better fear him. And yeah, the server would not be the same without Attila and his food content, so yeah, we are so happy to have him back this season. Then for the third coach in Origin Division, we do have a newcomer to the server called Wolfpack for Life. So we don't know that much about Wolfpack for Life. He said in his application that he doesn't have a lot of experience. He pretty much hasn't played a lot of competitive so far. But what he has done, he's been doing a little bit of showdown. So he's never done draft before. So we believe it makes sense to put him down here in the Origin Division. Then for our 4th coach this season, we do have the comeback of Anubion. Anubion is a PWC staple since Season 3. He has played many seasons. I don't think he has played every season. He definitely sat out last season. But yeah, he has been around for many seasons since Season 3, which is longer than even I've been around. And yeah, he is the league's greatest of all time introvert. So seeing him talk in server is like spotting a really rare animal in the wild. So yeah, it's always exciting to have him, and we are very glad he's back. And he always is very reliable. So even though if you don't see him talk much, he's always going to do his games. So that's very good. The 5th coach in this division is going to be staying true to the theme of greatest of all times returning. It's gonna be Time Vault. Time Vault is back for the first time since, I believe, Season 7 was the last season he played. But yeah, he has been around since Season 4 and he pretty much played every season between 4 and 7, I believe. And yeah, he seemed to be improving gradually before he took his hiatus after Season 7, where he did not have that much time on his hands. And yeah, we are so excited to see if he can pick it up where he left off. Then for the 6th coach, we do have the best in the world, JJ Games, in all caps. He is back for his only 2nd season in the server. It really feels like he's been around for longer than that because he has made such a lasting impression with his personality. And yeah, we are excited to have him back and excited to find out if he can get a few more wins than he did last season, which is gonna be what he's probably going for. Then for the 7th coach, we do have Seahawks SK. So he did not make playoffs in his debut in Season 3. And yeah, he struggled a little bit in the off-season tournament this season as well. So yeah, maybe he can have his breakthrough performance here in the Origin Division this season. Let's find out. The 8th coach, another returning coach, is gonna be Thunder Tinker. Thunder Tinker is the league's weatherman. There is not a storm brewing in the US that he is not chasing. He's an aspiring meteorologist, so if he can learn anything from the climate, he's definitely gonna bring the heat this season. I'm funny, by the way. Coach number 9 is gonna be Greg Sillo, another returning coach coming back for his second shot as a title in Division 4 this season after being put in Division 4 even last season, where, to be honest, Division 4 last season was kind of a mess. We didn't tier this correctly that time. It's basically been Smurfville. But yeah, we have chased out all the Smurfs this season, and hopefully we're going to have a evenly matched competition this time, and Greg Sillo is going to be right in the mix. Coach number 10, once again, returning coach, the Talon Anderson from Division 4 last season. And yeah, he seemed to show some potential, at least early, and maybe he can build on that and make a deep run this season. Let's find out. Coach number 11 is gonna be Dead Pants, yet another returning coach. I shouldn't even say that anymore because I think almost every coach is going to be a returner from Division 4 last season. And yeah, he was doing just fine. He was, I think he had like an even record in wins and losses before he had to step back due to his midterms. And yeah, now he's got more time on his hands and is going to be back for another shot at the title. Coach number 12, I'm really excited for this one. It's going to be the return of Sceptor Bird for his second season in the PWC after Season 7, where he had his debut. And I remember this because it was a really dramatic playoff run in the second division back then. And he just barely missed out on playoffs last minute. And he was really disappointed about it. I remember he was being a little bit disappointed, let's say, after Week 8 that season. He missed out playoffs. So yeah, now he's going to have another chance for another run and hopefully make playoffs this time. Coach number 13 is going to be a newcomer to the league, finally. It's going to be Backpack Boy, hailing from Norway. He doesn't have much experience in competitive. Apparently he has played several years ago on Showdown a little bit, but he hasn't played for a long time. He doesn't do any draft or has never done draft. But yeah, he did not engage with my offer to trade Erling Haaland for Kai Havertz. So yeah, that means he's probably smart. So let's see if he can translate that into his gameplay as well. Coach number 14 is gonna be Wyatt 117 or Wyatt 117. He's a really reliable coach. He was around last season. I believe he also played the off season last season, and he played 2 divisions last season. He played in Wi-Fi and in Division 3, I believe. And he didn't have that much success because, yeah, he also was up against some juggernauts, at least in the Wi-Fi division. So yeah, we are moving him down to Division 4 this season, which is gonna be a good competition for him, I believe, and maybe he can make a deep run this time. He's definitely, hopefully, gonna have fun this season. Coach number 15 is gonna be another newcomer to the league called Toughest Tangerine. A newcomer to the league, as I said. We don't know much about him really, but he doesn't have a lot of experience, and his application just suggested that he might be a good fit for this division. So yeah, we are gonna find out. Someone is gonna make a deep run, might as well be him. And the last coach in our Origin division is gonna be a returning coach. I don't even know which season he's played. He's been around as a spectator at least for a long time. He is called Jax. He's the IRL buddy of Mr. Grimes, sometimes living in Alaska for work, currently residing in Georgia. He's a longtime member of the DPL, which is Mr. Grimes' league. And yeah, he might not win every match, but you can definitely count on him to terrorize the general chat. So that's going to be the least of what we expect from him. And let's see what he can do in the league as well. He might also make a good run. All right, that is going to be it for the Origin division. And that only leaves the Wi-Fi division to be revealed. And once again, I'm going to be throwing to our GOAT YouTube content creator, Mr. Personality himself. Take it away, Shadow Galade, with the Lagoon division reveals.
All right, Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to let them do the other devs real quick. I needed to eat a waffle. But it's fine. We're back to the Lagoon Division, home of the Wi-Fi and the Kings. Well, mostly. But anyway, let's see who is going to be joining me today. Oh hey, it's me! Surprise! You already know I had to defend my crown from last season. The king is here, the reigning champion, and free from having to pick a meme, unless you guys want to subscribe to me, in which case I will gladly pick a meme. But I digress! Let's see who else is here. Oh god, it's Camel. He came in late as a replacement last season and did pretty good, but he choked it in finals! What did I say in Div 1? Absolute fraud alert! Someone call the fraud police. We gotta get this man out of here. Next up, Rodenstieg, another person from the other divisions. Once again, well, he's in Division 2 and Camel's in Division 1, so you tell me what he does. Other than that, he tilts at VGC events. This is singles, so I'm not sure why this is a good thing, but who knows? Maybe he can cook. Next up, DTN, a guy from Season 1, and who is older than the majority of the people watching us, I'm going to assume. But he did win Season 7 in Division 2, and allegedly had the idea for this format, so if you hate it, yeah, you can have his, not mine. He can either be a Wolf Glick or a Gabe, depending on day. Oh geez, we'll get this joke. But hopefully, he can be a Wolf Glick, unless he's facing me, in which case, please just throw it away. Next up, Ashton, who, according to the docs, this is not me, a stereotypical polite Canadian. If that pisses you off, I guess I'm sorry. Other than that, he has his own leagues for both singles and doubles, so maybe this man can cook. Next up, a puppy! I love doggies. He got the first hit as a newcomer last season, and though he didn't go all the way, that was me, he is certainly a threat on the radar, so you better watch your mouth when shaming this man. Next up, Jarok. He had a pretty good run last season, sadly having to leave due to health reasons, but hey, it happens. And he holds the claim of being the only one to beat Fist to your doom when he violated this league back in Season 9. So can he violate us again, or will we be doing it to him? Next up, Argyle Cat, a really interesting newcomer from Season 9 who seemed unstoppable as he rises through the ranks. He's supposedly pretty new to competitive, so let's see if he only gets better or if he's gonna fall the fuck off. Next up, every season, I keep saying this, Final Gambit Ninja is not a thing! God damn it! But regardless of whether or not he is a fraud, he has been a mainstay of the Wi-Fi division, and had a really stacked run last division, so let's see if he does this again. Next up, Locutus. The guys running the docs said that whatever this name is, imagine not being able to say someone's name. Could you imagine the audacity, the sheer audacity? But regardless, he's a new guy, and that's always the fun part. New guys, we're playing Russian roulette. He's either the GOAT or a fraud. Let's see what happens. Next up, the Master of all Jofuls. I don't know what a Joful is, but hopefully that means he's a king or something, I don't know. Regardless, a new threat from Season 7, around the same time as our revival, and a prominent force in Season 9, only really losing because he broke the rules. So, yeah, for those of you who think we should have complex bans, he's the reason we can't do that. Sometimes we just can't have nice things. Next up, the NH. Remember, his name is pronounced the NH. We don't know much about this guy as he's also pretty new, so in light of that and the fact that Adam Lauer is not here anymore, I propose we call him the Watermelon Man! Long live our new god! And finally, Trinell, who is not pronounced the NH, and this guy was trying to hype himself up as the goat of goats, the best player to grace this earth. Fuck off! He's new to the Wi-Fi division, that much is true. But I don't know if he's a goat. He might be a fraud, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But regardless, That's the Lagoon Division. I want to cut this video, but sadly, we can't all have nice things. So I'll pass it off to the guy who will cut the video.
And that is it for the coach reveals of PWC Season 11. I wish you guys a lot of fun to those who made it into the league, and I'm really sorry to those of you who did not make the cut. Please don't take it personal if you did not. We didn't have much to go by for a lot of you, so we had to make some tough decisions on limited informations. And yeah, hopefully you can be around for future events or seasons, or even as a replacement coach. We will see. The season is going to be long. And yeah, please stay tuned for the announcement of the draft date. We still need to do some last preparations for that to be possible. So don't ask to be drafting tonight. That's not going to happen. But yeah, we will keep you posted, and possibly, potentially, hopefully, we can even start with the draft tomorrow. We will keep you posted. So yeah, guys, glad to have you around for Season 11, and good luck. Have fun.